Hey, this is Phillip Kennedy Johnson, writer of Superman, Incredible Hulk, and all kinds of cool shit. You're listening to 11 O'Clock Comics.
Hello, folks. Welcome to 11 O'Clock Comics. This is episode 1010, or 1010. I am one of your hosts. Well, I'm the only host here at the moment. As you know, Jason is, of course, away on a family trip. Hopefully, Vince will be popping in. I am David A. Price. This episode, as always, is brought to you by our good friends at cheapgraphicnovels.com. There will be a Black Friday sale. Just get to cheapgraphicnovels.com. Get the books that you want for the holiday season on a massive, massive discount. Specials from Cheap Graphic Novels this week include Hobtown Mystery Stories Volume 3, The Secret of the Saucer trade paperback for 1874. The lines between conspiracy and reality tangle during election season in Hobtown as a new old member of the Teen Detective Club surfaces to challenge Dana's leadership and redirect the group's attention back to the discounted but pressing concern that aliens are among us. On a grander scale, amid the town's hotly contested mayoral race, the arrival of a flying saucer and a chaotic ape lord being pursued by the local knitting circle have the teens loose of Hobtown unsure if they are coming or going, as a literal backward thinking tears at the thread of their friendships and their grasp on the latest case. By Chris Bertine and Alexander Forbes from Oni Press. Rick and Morty, Ricklemania trade paperback, $14.99. Wrestling fever has struck the Smith household. After stumbling across a wrestling channel on TV, Morty becomes obsessed with Interdimensional Wrestling Federation and begs Rick to take him to one of their bare-knuckle brawls. While there, Jerry ends up signing an exploitative contract with the IWF sponsor, Pro Energy Drink. Rick and Morty must break Jerry out of the contract, and the only way to do so is to enter the ring and fight their way out. From UK comics phenom and Rick and Morty veteran Mark Ellerby comes a brand new, action-packed series that'll grapple, suplex, and powerbomb the senses. It's Rick and Morty, Ricklemania, baby. Collects Rick and Morty, Ricklemania, numbers 1 through 4. And finally, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin hardcover box set for $66.48. The Last Ronin was the second most sold adult graphic novel in 2024, and this box set is the perfect way to catch up on the TMNT story that everyone is talking about. It contains the original series, The Last Ronin, the prequel series, Lost Years, and the follow-up series, Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution. From the notes of legendary TMNT co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, get ready for the final story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 3 decades in the making. In the future, a battle-ravaged New York City, a lone surviving turtle embarks on a seemingly hopeless mission seeking justice for the family he lost. What terrible events destroyed his family and left New York a crumbling post-apocalyptic nightmare? In Lost Years, secrets about Last Ronin's final battle come to light while a new generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes to life. Then, in Re-Evolution, return to the gritty future of The Last Ronin 10 years later to see what new heroes will grow from the ashes of the TMNT legacy. And I think I'm actually joined by my brother, none other than Vince B. Hi, Vince.
What the heck? It's not even 9 o'clock.
It's not. I wanted to get the woohoo out of the way, and I wanted to see if I could do the sponsor spot before you came in hot and heavy. So I'll finish it later. Yeah. But yeah,
it works for me.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
How are you?
It is. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
You sound great, so that's good. Baby's first Thanksgiving. Wow.
He was dressed up like a turkey today. which
love
was it was nice because he gave joy to the people in the chemo room. I had to have a CAT scan, and he lights up the room wherever he goes. So it was worth it.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
But I'm doing okay. I'm glad to be back, and I'm thankful. We got a lot of great news recently, both of us. And forget about the boy. So there's something to be said about being thankful, especially for great comics.
This is true. This is very true.
And you said you did the cheap graphic novels promo, or you will do.
Yes.
I got a box from them today.
Oh, excellent. What was in it?
Yeah, it always. I ordered the Rat God hardcover, even though I have the singles and the trade. I wanted to keep the run intact.
Yep.
So I ordered the Rat God hardcover. Actually, it contains both the black and white and the color versions of Rats in the Walls,
Yes.
which I also have, but it's nice to have it in one volume that you can, I say it all the time, and I'm sick of hearing myself say it. I can imagine the listener. It's nice to have a volume that you can take down off the shelf and peruse the whole thing, but boom, in
You're
one
not wrong.
jump. Yeah.
I have it right here next to me on my right. It arrived last week with a batch of books, and I haven't taken it out of the shrink wrap yet, but I might have this one skip ahead of all the others that I still haven't read because I'm really curious
It's
about
not
this.
connected. Yeah,
Right.
it's not connected at all. None of them are, except the den ones. But I shouldn't say that. It's not. I don't want to put a damper on the proceedings, but it's not one of his best works.
Sure.
It's good. It's great, but it's not. It wouldn't be the first thing I hand someone if I wanted them to peek into the Richard Corbin universe.
That makes sense.
It's good.
I get that.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good. Whoa. First time for the training wheels.
There we go. Good times.
I read a lot.
I know, and especially since that list has been growing, so that's great to see. I still haven't received my my Gundam books yet. Jason has, and I was joking about it last week that I'm an hour away from the guy, and he seems to get his books weeks before I do. But there was I thought I ordered my 2 volumes either later, a couple hours after he did, or the next day. But I remembered that there was a problem applying the store credit to my order. So Max was aware of it. His web guy was aware of it. It was fixed the next day, so I didn't place my order until Saturday, which of course is going to delay anything leaving the warehouse. So I'm not, but I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to get this box.
You ordered volumes 1 and 2?
Yeah.
You really only had to order volume 1 because they contain 2 tankobon each.
Right, but there's going
So
to be what, four volumes altogether,
No.
or 6?
No.
I know we've got up to 4 to we can pre-order 3 and 4, or at least they're coming soon according to Max's site.
The series runs 12 volumes. So however they package it is up to them. But I would think 6 if they
Right.
stick to the 2 apiece.
Yeah.
I would, yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's science fiction. It's war. It's a little bit of comedy. I'll be honest. There's some funny parts in it, but jeez, Cubert, I thought was the best, and he kind of still is. But yeah, it's amazing stuff. I should have finished it. Why? I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
no rush. I mean, we all haven't talked
Yeah,
about it yet. The
yeah. We're not going to. It'll take him forever to read it. You know
he's
how
pretty
he
speedy.
is.
He's good. I mean, it's unfortunate that he couldn't take it with him down to Spain. I mean, because as big as they are, he was saying
Oh, they're
that they're
huge.
massive. So yeah.
Yeah. And they do not carry the text
I
essays,
heard. Yeah.
which is a bummer
Especially if
because
you're going
some
to
of them
call
are
him a
really,
deluxe edition.
yeah, some of them are really good.
Yeah.
But some are fluff, yeah, whatever. But some of them are really good, and maybe it'll show up in the sixth volume. They still have time to correct the mistake.
Okay. All
So,
right.
yeah. If enough people, because they're 50 some bucks a piece,
Yeah.
that's not a lot. Yeah, it's so good. You're just gonna love it. Yeah.
Speaking of good comics, coming out next summer. I don't know if you saw this, and we don't really need it because we have the 4 smaller size hardcovers. But there is going to be an absolute Man of Steel by Byrne, which I mean, obviously, is just going to have the 6 issues, probably some extra back matter. I don't. This one, I
Yeah.
might. I mean, it might look nice because it'll be at the same. It might be the same. No, it won't because it's an absolute, not an omnibus. So it might not still be the same size as the Triangle era books. So I'm not. I've gotten this story so many times. Plus, we do have the 4
Yeah.
volumes Man of Steel of the Byrne run. So I don't necessarily know if I need the absolute, but there will be a Legends omnibus, which kind of
Yeah.
excites me a
You
little
love
bit.
that story.
I
You
really
love
do,
that
bro.
story.
I do.
It's weird. It's
It
weird.
is.
It's rereading it. I reread it recently because I
Yeah.
saw this list.
Yep.
It's not bad, but like Panic in the Sky, it's not great.
Right. No,
It's
it's
okay.
definitely of its era. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily, and I mean it was a neat little bridge of sorts between from going from the Crisis on Infinite Earths and into the more of that time modern DC. It sets up the Wahaha era. It's nice. It was a nice. I mean, it's Ostrander, it's Lent Wayne, it's
Yeah.
Byrne and Kessel. So and all the tie-ins were a lot of fun. It was an event that, because I couldn't do it with the Crisis, but it was the one event that, and then of course I believe I did it with Millennium also, sadly. But it's the
Millennium.
one. It's the one event plus Millennium that I did get all the crossovers with. I got the Cosmic Boy miniseries because of it. I got
Which is
anything attached to
great.
Legends. It
Yeah.
was great. The Ernie Colon artwork. Oh, it was a great little
Yeah.
miniseries. It was rock in the 80s because he traveled back in time. So I got all the
They tend to
times
do
for
that.
Legends.
I noticed that. They tend to do that. They
Well,
travel
bring it
back in
back to
time.
the yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Same thing with Karate Kid because I mean he was shunted to the Gotham in like the late 70s. But yeah, I mean and Legends is also a fun little. I'll think of Legends fondly, especially because I was on a podcast with Sean Pryor and Julian, and we were riffing on Darkseid's outlined teeth from when he's laughing in the background when Billy Batson is, of course, thinks he committed murder, and it's just Legends just it just puts me in a nice place. Now I don't know
Yeah.
considering it. I mean,
It's nice.
I think it will. It collects. We're jumping ahead. Obviously, it's going to collect the 6 issues. It collects Batman Detective, like all. It collects the 4-issue Cosmic Boy miniseries. It collects the last issues of Justice League of America before Bwahaha. I don't know if it collects every single time. It doesn't seem like it because I don't see. I do see. I don't think I see Action Comics here. I don't see Action Comics.
You don't
Yeah,
see
this is
it.
weird. This is weird. It looks like it doesn't collect everything. I don't know if I want this then because if it's just, it doesn't say like it's volume 1.
How much is it?
It's 40 off. It's going to retail for 125. Max has it for 74.99.
Yeah, I would pass. because even at 40% off, if it's incomplete,
Yeah,
it's not worth owning. Yeah.
and you've got you've
You
got
probably would be better buying the singles.
yeah, just hit the back issue bins. I mean, it's probably the only place you're ever going to get the Cosmic Boy miniseries collected.
So good.
It's but yeah, there's 4 issues of Fury of Firestorm, 2 issues of Blue Beetle, 2 issues of the Warlord. Oh no, Action Comics 586. They do have Superman Adventures in Action.
There you
But
go.
yeah, I still don't. I don't. I got to see if this is everything. It doesn't feel like this is everything. It might be.
My finger's wagging. It's see it because far be it from me to buy a Who's Who omnibus.
Uh huh.
But the second volume
Which I didn't get yet.
contains Who's Who in the Legion,
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah.
which is incredibly hard to find in mid condition because it was printed on that cheap crap newsprint paper
Yeah.
that most of the Who's Who was printed on, and I'm gonna buy it because just to get the Who's Who in the Legion,
You're gonna make me
I
order.
yeah, I have 3 issues of the 7 issue
Out of the
miniseries.
7, yeah.
Yeah, so it would probably be the same if I ordered the hardcover volume 2 than if I tried to scare up the back issues.
What
And I need a Who's Who anyway.
did you get? You
Why
didn't get the
not?
first volume, did you?
No, no.
Okay. The what bums me out, and I love the first volume. I mean I love that first run of Who's Who. It was fantastic. It was a great series. I love DC for doing it. I love DC for making it different than the Marvel Handbook. It's a great little time capsule for me. I love that, and
And you can read it forever.
yes, and I
Ever.
even thought about I thought about maybe doing another as we're doing the daily page rate for the Slackers. I was thinking about maybe doing like a Who's Who entry a day or something like that. But the one reason why I didn't get the second when it came out, and now I'm going to wait to see if Max is going to discount it for the Black Friday sale. But the one reason why I didn't get the second volume, aside from the fact that I really wasn't reading any of the updates as they were coming out in the early 90s. So I didn't, if it wasn't part of the first set, then it didn't exist. And I love that it's got the Legion, and I know it couldn't, but I would have really, really loved to have seen it include Who's Who in the Star Trek universe, which was just a 2-issue, a double-sized series
That's
with a Howard Shaken cover.
yeah, they're publishing that. Uh,
Who was
but it's
IDW?
going to be by it's either DC or IDW. They're doing a single volume. Check
That's
it out.
cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, you have John Byrne drawing Khan.
that,
That was
that
that was a
alone.
great it was a great and it was fun because it included the animated series. It included up to whatever movies they were up to at the time. So yeah, I just that was nice, and I enjoyed those little 2 issues. But
It'd be nice to see them updated.
it
To
would, especially yeah, with the Kelvinverse stuff, absolutely,
yeah,
and
yeah.
all the Paramount shows, 100%, no doubt.
Here's a promo. If you're not in the Slack already, maybe you should be,
Sure.
because I'm blowing out my books, my hardcovers, at you just pay the postage. Select a 1, 10, 100. I don't care. You pay the postage, and I'll ship them to you. That is springboarded off the fact that I checked out a 1 million again
Oh,
because I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to send away, and 1 million stinks. They call Grant Morrison comics savant. Or he's a shaman of comics. It is the most overwritten comic I've ever read. Now it has the tie-ins, the Starman. Like I think it 1 million bled into everything. You get all the tie-ins and 1 million miniseries, but it's horrible. I this is not a great promo. I understand that, but I have to be honest. I said, let me see what happens. I'll start reading it again. Maybe I'll because I read The Invisibles
Okay.
over again,
Yep.
and The Invisibles is overwritten, but it's overwritten in a artful way. Some of his sentences are magic. They're beautiful. 1 million, not so much. I guess he adjusts the frequency based on the receiver, and it's not the Invisibles. Put it that way. But yeah, $5. You want the 1 million omnibus? $5,
That's
or
crazy.
whatever it takes to ship. I know it's out of print because who would want it? But
Yeah, you're right. I'm finally getting the Invisibles. I ordered the compendium that was solicited in October.
I think the all-in-one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way to read it
Yeah, and
because
although I
it's all
think
connected.
yeah, but I think because this is the trade, I think it doesn't include the Vertigo Winter Special story, but according to Mario and Jason, I don't need it to read to get the gist of the entirety of it.
You have it already.
Oh, I do?
I'll give it to you. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Where for anybody who isn't familiar with the Slack or doesn't venture into too many channels, where is your
It's on Patreon.
love it?
Patreon.com.
That's perfect. See?
That's
Even
why I
better,
said
Ian.
it was a promo. Join our Patreon. Yeah, $5 a month. No, yeah, five
Yeah.
dollars a month gets you everything. Um, $10 a month gets you access to everything and Slack.
Yes.
So for $10 a month, it's worth it to join for a month or two. I'm not telling you to do this, but it's worth it to join for a short while, get a bunch of book and follow it.
Listen to all
See?
the old bonus content while you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like people who order Shutter for the month of October or
Crazy.
Hallmark
We
for
gotta get
Christmas movies.
we stop. We gotta get him away from Netflix because he's watching a bunch of horror movies. He watched a bunch of horror movies for Halloween, and I swear they were all from Netflix. You're not gonna get the good stuff from Netflix. You're not. You're just not. Night Flight, Shutter, Night Flight primarily because their interface sucks, but they have content that nobody has. They have Severin, they have Vinegar Syndrome, they have Blue Underground, Bill Lustig. Yeah, it's amazing. But he's watching Netflix, or if it's not Netflix, I tip my hat to Hulu. They have different stuff on Hulu, but it's not the best stuff. The best stuff is on Night Flight and Shutter. Which brings me to comics.
Good.
It actually ties into this is called. You gotta give me a second because my hand doesn't work right. It's by Tim Goodyear. You know Tim Goodyear.
Yeah. Good old Tim.
It's called yeah, it's called Video Tonfa. Now it is a massive tome. It's what he did was instead of doing regular sketches, he chronicled what he watched every day for a year. So it's 360 odd pages of just video reviews. Now the book, what a tonfa is, right?
No.
It's a melee weapon. It's kind of like a policeman's baton, but with a perpendicular handle. So it's like a nunchucks without the chain.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It hurts. I've been hit by Tonfa. It hurts. Yeah, well, be that as it may. Uh, it's an amazing book, but it was, and it's published by our friends at Floating World,
Naturally.
Floating World Comics.
Oh, this is from 2016.
Yeah, I have a slight beef with Jason Levian, because he laid it out, and Tim draws the spine of the video or the DVD, as well as the regular front and back. And in the back, he supplants the text that was there with his own review of the movie. The art, just stay on track. My bone with Jason is that the gutter sucks in the spine in almost every case. So you know it's there. You can see it a little bit, but for the most part, it's sucked in to the spine of the book. That's no bueno. If the format doesn't work, because it's a giant trade, if the format doesn't work, find another format. The one that does work. It's just lazy. I love Jason, I do, but if he spent the time drawing the spines, why can't we see him?
You're right.
That's all I wanted to say.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I find myself agreeing with Tim on most of his assessments, especially the Bat Pussy, which was released by Something Weird Video. He does he does Rambo 3, which he likes. I don't.
Someone does. Okay.
He does Quartermatch 2, Private Parts. There's a ton of, obviously, he has done this for a year. Not Quite Hollywood, which I believe was sent to be by Will Pfeiffer. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd in Neighbors, which was, I believe, Belushi's only straight role. He played pretty much a straight man to Aykroyd's comedian, and that's nuts to me. That's crazy. He does the Max Headroom TV series. Lolita, I can go on and on and on. Everybody loves the list, don't they? Land of the Dead, which is a horrible movie, even by Romero standards. He does not think it's great. The Fabulous Stains, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you haven't seen it, we can't be friends. Johnny Mnemonic. It goes on and on and on. Yeah, but the art style is super laid back, like almost comatose. The anatomy's janky, although I gotta say he does Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes, and you can tell it's Michael Berryman. It's a good drawing. The anatomy is almost non-existent. He focuses on strange things, like he'll go crazy on a car, but the person is terrible. He does gator bait, and it looks nothing like one of the most beautiful women in movies. She does have a luscious smile. He does the From Beyond, and he does Friday. And I could see, but you could tell it's Chris Tucker. It doesn't look like Chris Tucker, but and it's the famous chair scene. The what, that scene Fast Time at Ridgemont High. There's just a bunch of them. So all of them, he has a Rodney Dangerfield fixation. Dangerfield appears multiple times in the book, at least 4 times. I don't know. He loves Rodney Dangerfield, but for the most part, I agreed with him. Uh, he calls Richard Corbin's Dark Planet amateurish, and it is, but it's a cut above the standard amateur fare. Um, the fact that he reviewed and watched the Dark Planet is like this guy is one of us, you know. Um, it's I had a lot of fun with it. I got it at the last gasp. I think I believe so. No, I don't know where I got it, but I got it, and I didn't pay the cover price. The cover price is still reasonable, $24.95 for. Jesus, it must be close to 600 pages because
Yeah,
each
because
page,
it's got like over
to
300 film
front to
reviews.
back.
It says, "Wow."
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Um, it's one of those books where you can stop anytime you want and put it back on the shelf. He loves Chris Rock.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
some
I
of
don't know
us.
about that.
It's,
Yeah, that's a problem. I find Chris Rock to be funny. He's not hilarious though.
he's not, and
No,
he tends, as he's gotten
he's no
older,
Dave
he's been
Chappelle.
more annoying. That, yeah, and I love you, but I feel that I Chappelle, he's a brilliant man. I love his mind. He's made me laugh, but as he's getting older, it's and we should never. No one should ever defend a comedian or someone's work. You know, this is how they feel. This is what they feel. This is the point they're trying to make, and he can, you know, he can have his opinion. But there are times where I'll listen to Dave, and I just it's a little cringy. And it reminds me of some of the comedians from the '80s who would say things that you can't say today, like the F slur or throwing the R slur around quite a bit. You know, there, which is, you know, listen,
And the N
times
word.
change, people move on.
Red
Uh,
Fox said it all the time.
sure, but that's of that era. And I, you know, we watched Being Eddie over the weekend, which is I know. Sorry, but it's on Netflix, and you know, and you had it talked about Eddie from, you know, starting out right before SNL and through SNL and in the movies and everything since then, and his family, and they speak to Reggie Hudlin, they speak to Chris Rock and Chappelle and Tracy Morgan and everybody, and people who were who you know, worked on Saturday Night Live behind the scenes, everything like that, and Jeffrey Katzenberg and Bruckheimer, so many people that Eddie Murphy touched, and that you know, they were on this special, and I still, you know, when I think about Raw or Delirious or even, you know, it's I know the three of us have had this conversation about, you know, who's the greatest comedian of all time, or who's the GOAT, and is that, and yes, Chappelle is an extremely funny man. I respect the hell out of him. You know, he left his show, walked away from a lot of money. You know, I can't fault the person for doing that, for having your morals, and but all of that to say that there are things that he says that make me, and they don't make me uncomfortable because, oh, it's just art and it's supposed to make you feel it's crass, it's rude, it's coming from a place that I feel it's coming from a place of hate, and he's not saying things to make a point, and that's a me thing, and that's fine, and so as much as I love the man's work, I find myself kind of backing off a little bit where I think where I place him on the list of greats. He's slowly slipping off of that near that top spot.
He's got a problem with transsexuals.
Yes.
He's got a huge problem. But I agree with you on the stuff that he says during his specials. It doesn't bother me because that's a him thing. Mm-hmm. You know? But you shouldn't know about the money he turned down at HBO. You shouldn't know. You should know about his personal life. Those are things that are the media. And again,
Sure.
now we can't escape it. So it's there. The fact that I find Chappelle funnier than Pryor is crazy to me because I thought there was no one that would
he was the be all end all at that time. Yeah,
Richard Pryor, and Chappelle comes out of nowhere and just makes me think. I agree with you. Recently, and recently meaning 3 to 5 years, 3 years, he said some pretty bad things.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Sure. No. Right. Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, I find zero funny.
Oh, I get a kick. He's not as I don't this and I'm not. We're not trying to pan people. He's not as funny to me as he used to be. His early stuff, I was dying. We would play it in the car and just crack up. I same thing with Eddie Griffith. I mean, there's so many comedians that I've enjoyed who either just haven't been prolific lately, or just seem to have not. Their routines, their observations have changed somewhat. I mean, Chappelle, I'll still laugh at what he says. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to go out of my way to catch the next Netflix special or anything like that. Like if it's on and we're there, that's cool. But I just there are certain things that if anybody who wants to still support and enjoy him, absolutely go for it. You know, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to see him, then do it. But there are just certain things. I mean, we do it all the time with certain creators in comics. They're just I at a point I find it difficult for me to support you because all I'm doing is giving you money for your art, which is great, but your art doesn't speak to me like it used to. So that's when I kind of step away. I have no disrespect to the man, talented as fuck. We still have the DVDs of the Chappelle Show. I get a kick out of it. We'll quote things from time to time. You can't escape him. I thought the man was hilarious. I loved Half Baked. The Eddie Murphy special. We were reminded that Dave Chappelle was a comedian in The Nutty Professor who was mocking Klump during one of his. So I mean, I completely forgot that Chappelle was in that movie, and so the man's been around forever. But it's yeah. So but no, you're right, Chappelle. I took us in a whole completely different direction, but
right.
No,
that's okay.
Yeah, no,
that's what these episodes are for.
That's true.
I watched
What else
the
have you been
Murphy thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I like to be informed.
Sure.
You know, I don't think he's that funny. He used to be.
Yes.
But I don't think he is anymore. I thought it was a softball. It was an underhanded pitch because it did not focus on the trauma at all. And
he didn't. I mean, he mentioned his stepfather, or he mentioned his dad, but yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
I want to know.
We didn't go into too much stuff. We didn't talk about any of the dark stuff, like when after the first marriage, or when he was picking up the transvestite. I mean, like there's certain things like we completely just were like it wasn't. I wouldn't necessarily call it like 100% fluff piece, but yes, it was very. It was complimentary, and which is fine.
Yeah.
But maybe save the complimentary stuff for when he's no longer with us and he can't, he's not. That's when you can. That's when you can kind of maybe rewrite history for certain things. But yeah, this wasn't an expose. This wasn't hard hitting journalism. Nobody questioned him about things from his past. It was just like it was his career, which is fine. If you just want to focus on his career, then we don't need to know about the stuff that happens when he gets picked up at night because he was on Sunset Boulevard picking up people. That's fine. If you want to just focus on the career that made him funny, that's fine. But I don't know if you call it Being Eddie is the right title for the project. But yeah, it felt like it was short. Also, it wasn't long enough for his career, for everything he's done, and all the lives he's touched. It seems like it was very condensed. It felt very abridged.
Yeah. Back to comics
Yes.
briefly, because I don't want to bore the listener with me talking about the All-Star Squadron again.
Yes.
But Wonder Woman, I read volume 2. I believe this is volume 2. Yes. Archived volume 2 of Us All-Star Comics. Woman is not a member of the... Well, she's not a member of the team even when she's on the team. But she's not joining the boys as of yet. What is amazing is that I believe it's issue 8. And if I could find it, I'm looking through the issue 10. I'm looking through the it's probably issue 8 is the first giveaway comic.
Wow.
Because it contains the not the entirety, but most of it of Wonder Woman's first appearance for free. Thank you very much for dragging the chair. Introducing Wonder Woman. Now, you've read this a million times. By Charles Moulton. It was included in the back of the Justice Society number All-Star Squadron. Either way, number 8. They're crazy. They're crazy with moving the chairs.
I love it.
And it doesn't happen unless I'm recording.
Right. You had all day. They had all day to move furniture. It's like, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. Let's do it now. Dad's talking, so we gotta.
So
move
somebody asked you, what was the first giveaway comic? You may not be wrong if you say All-Star Comics number 8, because it contains Wonder Woman, and she is not maligned at all. She's given her free reign to do as she pleases. It's later on that she becomes a secretary, and she could mop the floor with any of them. Yes, I've thought about it. Even Green Lantern, because she's as swift as the Flash, right? She has that Shazam thing going on where she has some of Mercury.
Right.
So she should be at least as fast as the Flash, because he's fast, and she's got Mercury. Whatever. Yeah. All-Star number 8. Check it out.
Okay.
And the comics themselves, again, they're pretty formulaic. It's basically the same story, whether it's Hitler and Nazis, because remember, it was World War II when this was going on. So it's Hitler, Nazis, bank robbers, the men of crime, and the boys split it up, and Wonder Woman writes out index cards with their phone number and their name and their address on them. But the boys split up. This volume, I think, Starman pops up. It's amazing. Yeah. But it's basically the same story over and over and over and over.
Sure. Yeah. And this is the Ted Knight Starman with the red costume and the star rod.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our Man, Starman, you know the drill. Green Lantern is not in this one. He becomes the chairman later on. The Flash isn't he? Pick up the book again. The Flash isn't even in the book. Spectre, Sandman, Dr. Fate, Our Man, Atom, Johnny Quick, Hawkman, and Green Lantern So I was wrong. I was wrong.
It really
And
is a
She-Ra,
powerhouse team.
it's an unbeatable team.
Yeah.
Even Johnny Thunders. I mean, yeah, he's a schlub, but the Thunderbolt's pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Doctor Midnight. Um, yeah, it's amazing, amazing stuff. But like I said, if you're gonna read it, take a pinch of salt because it's basically the same story over and over.
And out of all the issues you've read, how many do feature Superman and Batman?
More than three.
Okay.
They don't. They never feature them. They show up
Yeah.
at the beginning and the end. But for the most part, at least three: Superman, Batman. I want to say the Flash takes a breather from active duty to go in his own book. But for the most part, it's beginning and end. They they would not take the spotlight away from the JSA. That would entail rewriting the previous story.
Sure.
That doesn't make sense.
Can't do that.
No,
Can't have none
I'm
of that.
drinking, by the way.
Ooh, what are we drinking? I am too.
It's from Charles and Charles. This is from 2019 in
I thought you were moving the bottle.
Washington State. It's called Double Trouble. It's
Sounds like a frosted bottle.
no. 58% Syrah and 42% Cab.
So it's not too
It's
sweet.
no, but it has a wicked kick
Love it.
on the swallow. A wicked kick. And it may be my go-to wine.
Ooh.
Because this is the third bottle
Now I got to
I've
keep an
bought.
eye out for it then. All right.
Yeah, it's
Double tree?
cheap.
Double
Double
trouble.
trouble.
Double trouble. Okay.
It's and it's not expensive at all. We're talking me. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
So no James Suckling number? No rating?
No.
Okay.
No. I think it's 14.99, 13.99 around
That was
there.
about that's close to what I paid for the bottle I'm drinking tonight. I'm having bread and butter Cabernet, which is
Oh.
also from the West Coast, I believe. I think it's California. I'm saving the Malbec from Argentina either for the weekend or just next week. But yeah, I wanted to get a couple of bottles, and I had to go back out tonight and get some rosé for Renee because I'm making baked penne because it's just us tomorrow, unless my neighbors invite us over and we'll just go over to Nosh and have a couple of drinks. But for us, I'm just making a pasta dish because there's no reason to waste a lot of food on just us. So, but yeah, I wanted some wine in the house just because it's been a minute. But how many is everybody going to you or are you going?
No, we this year we're not doing any holidays. Um, I think Christmas is at Laura's. I think. Thanksgiving is at Margot's. It's usually at Patty's, but tomorrow we're going to Margot's house, which
Okay.
is fitting because well, people listen to this, so I'll couch my opinion. It's awesome. Yeah. That way I can eat and clean and a little bit and go home.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Thinking about cleaning for 3 days, it would probably take me six the
Yeah,
way I am now.
yeah, I might
So
pass.
we're moving Christmas the next year. Hopefully, Nina takes it next year.
That'd be great, especially
Yeah,
having a
and
new
then
place,
it
baby
sticks.
over a year
It
old. Yeah,
sticks.
yep.
Yeah. then we don't have any holidays at all. We're too old to do it.
Yeah.
Uh, for what? For what reason? A bunch of people. I'm. A bunch of people come to the house. They eat and they leave, and
Yeah.
they don't know when to leave.
Right. That's yeah. You
It's
get
time to go.
some, and but you also have those family members who like eat and run, and so it's sometimes
Yeah, I don't mind
it's
them.
hard to find. Right. No, that's fine. Listen, I'm glad I saw you to take your ass out. But yes, the lingerers tend to, which is in some cases it's fine, especially if it's a cousin or a loved one you don't see too often or you enjoy their
Yeah,
company.
Christmas.
But when you have some of the people who are just like, Christ, man, when are you gonna go home? Just I need you out
Christmas
of here.
is difficult because of midnight mass, because they
That makes sense.
stay till 11:30. Because the church is right down the street. Well,
Okay.
it's more than that, but it's about a mile and a half away. So they
But when
stay.
services are over, do they all leave or do they go back to your place?
No, they don't come back. My
Okay,
door's
good.
locked.
All
No,
right.
but it starts at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. It's a long night. It's a long
It's
night.
a long ass. And I'll be taking folding chairs and putting them away and tables, and they
Get out
don't
my
get the
house.
they don't get
No,
the hint.
I
The,
know.
it's
It's horrible. It really is.
back to comics. Um,
I jumped ahead because I wanted to see what how it would be. But I read the first issue of the Infernal Hulk. I am way behind on Johnson and Klein's previous volume, so I just jumped in on this because it is a continuation of that.
when does it? It ends on 25.
The previous one,
Or yeah,
I think so.
or am I
I don't.
getting it mixed
Caleb
up
would
with
know, but
Transformers? Yeah,
I
I
yeah.
have most of them.
Well, yeah, because you were championing it. I
Yeah,
think I read the first arc, and I fell off it, not because of the creative team. Although I know you have said that Klein will dip in for a couple of issues and then he'll disappear for a while, and which
yeah.
happens.
It's sad. It's sad. That
But I
they,
know
but
Johnson's capable, and not that I mean, this is just a press release, and but I mean, if there is any good news from Marvel these days, at least I'm assuming this means he'll still be able to finish the Book of L for DC. But this week they announced that PKJ is now exclusive to Marvel starting in January. Timing the announcement with the release of this first issue of Infernal Hulk, but so we'll see what else he has in store for Marvel. And I don't know. I think maybe I don't know how long the exclusive is. Maybe 3 years, but the art's great. It's obviously, but yeah, it's kind of it's not a quick short read or anything like that. But and Hulk does appear, and Hulk is not a good person, not a good monster. The we're still in Kentucky, and it does the credits page kind of just catches you up from what happened from the previous volume and why Hulk is the way he is right now with this scar and basically it's two beings in one body, but Banner isn't one of them, it seems. Although I guess it's is who is it? The eldest? Yeah, the being known as the as eldest finally opened her mother's prison. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, eldest consumed their mother's flesh, imbuing Hulk's body with the primordial seed of corruption that once created the great old ones. As the Infernal Hulk rises, a new age of Earth begins, the age of monsters. So, it's a violent first issue. He Hulk claps his hands, and he'll usually do that when he's trying to make way and strewn about vehicles and or tear down buildings. Here he does it in front of a soldier and blows the dude's head like clean open. And Klein does it beautifully, if you can, if that's the right word for it. But yeah, there's a couple of characters that don't end well when they face Hulk. And then you get you get a page of the Marvel heroes as they're listening to the news report of what's going on in Kentucky. You got Captain America and Spider-Man just chilling on a sofa. You've got the Avengers, you got the Fantastic Four, and somebody who looks like Bruce Banner. But I'll be back to check out the second issue.
I don't like it 100% when Bruce slash Hulk does the right thing completely right. I like it when he fucks up a little bit while doing the right thing.
Yeah,
And the fact that he's ingested this corpus and now he's corrupt beyond imagination is it works for me better than the previous series where it was mostly Klein's art that kept me reading the book. I I think Johnson is an adequate writer. I don't think he's a great writer.
sure.
I think Last Guy was a fluke. Whatever, whatever the case. I read him. I read his stuff. It was good enough to keep me buying the book. But it was Klein who locked it in, and I like it when the Hulk does the wrong thing, and it sounds like this series is more of that. Like
Yeah,
the MCU Hulk does nothing for me. The end of
Oh,
Endgame, where he's smart and happy and taking selfies with
he's the
kids.
Pantheon Hulk. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's too. It's no. It's not. It's not attractive to me at all. I like him bestial, but I like the Black Widow connection
yep,
where she could calm him down.
yeah,
That made sense to me because having that kind of power and not going hog wild is is makes no sense to me. To have that kind of Superman level power and not be king of the world. Where Blondell made sense because he was the superpowered being who led them all, who freed them, right?
yeah,
This series sounds more in line with the previous series.
yeah.
That's more out of line with the previous series. So yeah, maybe I'll like this more. We'll see.
I mean, especially if they're talking about monsters. I mean, looking at the cover of the second issue, I think that's I think that's Namor. But yeah, it looks like he's underwater. A hell of a fucking sea monster is about to take on Hulk. So, but yeah, he seems to be kind of more purplish blue with that green scar going down to half his face and his
Yeah.
chest.
Well, he is a green star.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the Infernal will run until whatever the next legacy milestone numbering is, and then we'll get
Right.
Incredible
Right.
Hulk again, which is probably just which is exactly Johnson will write as it leads into it, and it's just it's his story of Hulk that he wants to tell, which is fine. I have no problem. You know, you get creators who they have characters that they want to tell a story of, and I mean, Slott did it with Silver Surfer. He did it with Spider Man. He's done it, a bunch of people. He did the same thing with Peter David. I mean, you
He
get
did it for days and days with Spider-Man.
yes. Oh my God, it was like 10 years. It's longer than that, I think.
A long time. Long time.
But there was one book I read that came out this week that I was looking forward to it when it was announced. I couldn't wait for it to come out. It came out today. It it I think I'll like it once it's complete and I can reread it from start to finish. But it it did feel familiar, and I'm talking about the Batman Green Arrow, the Question Arcadia limited series,
Yeah.
book
I read it
one,
as well.
written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman with colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. What did you think?
I would much rather look at Gabe Hardman's artwork than Dennis Collins. I think
Wow.
Cowan I think Cowan is old and busted.
Wow.
I think his current work, current meaning 5 years plus, is it's okay, but it's not Dennis Cowan of Question or Milestone.
Or Milestone, the early Milestone stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
Deathlock.
Now
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
he's just okay. Gabriel
It's
is firing on all cylinders.
yes.
He is amazing. There are a couple panels here and there where I question his composition, but
Yep.
for the most part, yeah, it's amazing to look at. And the
The
story's not bad. How much can happen with these three characters? At least it's the Vic Sage question, and it's not
yes.
the
Yes, it's not Renee Montoya.
you know
And it also seems to be the Green Arrow from the Sherwood Florist, Mike Grell,
right,
Longbow
right.
Hunters era.
So he's picking a certain period of time
Yes.
in the DCU. It's going to focus on Batman. I prepared for that. Batman sells the book. Green Arrow is not going to sell the book. And the question, who is he?
Right.
What? This guy doesn't have a face. So the Batman is going to sell it. I get it. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great first issue.
I I absolutely I'm not glossing over the Cohen stuff. We'll get back to it. But this issue, and he modernizes it a little bit because I remember from the first issue of the O'Neill series that nothing is what it seems and everything's unassuming. Just like he's got that V6 turbo engine in his VW Beetle. Now though, it's been upgraded to a Prius, which is cute. That made me chuckle. But yeah, you've got Vic Sage, who is Hub City's basically a shell of its former self, and there's something that Vic is trying to figure out. So he's now on a mission. He's investigating something. Batman over in Gotham City is ends up getting connected to it, not knowingly, and then and of course we have Green Arrow, who's been exiled from Queen Industries, and just living off that money. But when Vic reaches out to Ollie, and they don't really, it's a very it's a brash friendship. They're not super chummy with each other, but I would have loved to have had more pages. I think when you have three strong characters like this, I think you need more than just 4, 5, 6 pages to build up the initial story and getting the band together. But it's it
They
ends with
probably
everybody kind of, well, Vic doesn't know about the other two on the outside, but the other two meet up, and so we're definitely, there was a great setup issue, and I'm assuming we'll hit the ground running with number 2. But yeah, this was this is the type of thing that I get excited about. I look forward
Yeah.
to things like this. I'm glad something like this exists, and it's. I have a feeling that I'm not going to go looking for quotes right now, but I have a feeling that the O'Neill era with the annuals, when the three of these characters were teaming up in the '80s, that holds a special place in Gabe's heart, and this is a love letter to that, and it's quite obvious, and his art's great. It's been a minute. I think the last time I read a comic that Gabe drew was the Green Lantern books that he and Karina worked on, and so I haven't seen Gabe's interiors in a minute. But this was, I mean, we even got Tot. I mean, this is great. This was fantastic. It just all this, and now I just really, really, really want to dig into that question those two question omnibus and just get to read
Yeah.
because it
Those are
just took me back.
perfect comics.
Yeah.
They really are. There's nothing wrong with them.
No.
It stuns me that they did as well as they did because they don't look like regular comics. They don't walk, talk, or uh, punch like regular comics. And it's I'm still stunned that it went as long as it did.
There
It should not be,
You're
but
absolutely right. There was something special about that time with DC because you had the question and you had the Helfer Sienkiewicz Shadow series that spun out of Shaken's mini
yeah,
and those two, the question and the Shadow, obviously mature reader titles. They were on the Baxter paper, but yeah, they were different than the Legion Baxter series and the Titans Baxter
yeah,
series and
yeah.
everything else that DC was doing that was mainstream. It was just it it was weird. It was like they were almost like, why aren't these indie comics? This is something. These are
Right.
the types of books that you would think that Eclipse or First or Kamiko would have put out.
It was Vertigo before Vertigo.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that they were more expensive
Yep.
and they were aimed at a different audience than the regular stuff, and they both, whether you like it or not, they both feature pulp characters, spoke to a different buying public than the regular stuff, because the Shadow, even though it didn't last as long as the Question, the Shadow was great. The Heffler Baker stuff, shut up. It was so good. It was amazing. Reading it though, you know it's not gonna last. If
Yeah.
it makes it to issue 30, like it'll be a lot. And I think that the Shadow lasted. Yeah, you'll have to look it up. 20 some issues.
That sounds right.
20 some, yeah. But they probably gave Hardman what they thought would eclipse their investment on the book. They paid him to write it, they paid him to draw it, they published it, and they set a page count based on what they think they are going to get from this miniseries. The fact that it has Batman in it, I think bodes well for Hardman because Batman sells. Even the crap Batman books sell.
Yeah.
So yeah, not to say that this is anything close to crap. It's not. It's I Gabe did it proud.
This is
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it was the first thing I read, and I don't know if that was a wise choice because it was great, but it made everything else pale in comparison.
Yeah. Although
So
we did get the second issue of Undeadpool today.
yeah, I didn't read that yet.
Okay.
Um, d- yeah, feel free. Uh, I think KO's a misstep. You know who's going to be in the final five. You know who's going to be. Batman's going to come up from nowhere. The Joker, it's Lex Luthor. It's almost set in stone. Wonder Woman, Superman.
Oh, the
Come on.
DCKO stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and it's the Flash issue. Is I want to know what's happening to the Legion. I read the Flash issue. I think it's 27 or 26. Uh, it pains me what they're doing to the Legion. It pains me.
I know.
Um, they're squabbling. They're talking. They're speaking in language that is not endemic to the characters, which I get. They're the Dark Legion. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine, but it hurts my heart. It really does. Because you know how it's going to end. Something that's going to, a MacGuffin from somewhere is going to come and turn them all back to their 31st century counterparts, and the Legion will start over again with a new number one. You know what's going to happen. Get over with.
But
Because it's not fun.
and you've
It's not
got
fun.
it. No, it's and yeah, it sucks that we've got to have so much pain before we get to get the payoff. But it's not just the Legion, because it's of course it's infiltrated the Justice League Unlimited series. It's tied into the Superman. I mean, it's DCKO, which is part of it. So that of course ties into everything else. So yeah, it's weird that that DC, when they kind of reset with the All In stuff and everything started off strong, but it didn't take long for that All In special to spill into everything else. Whereas I would have liked to have had a year of just standalone DC Universe stories before we got another big
Yeah.
crossover.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. Yeah, we can. I'm trying to just live in a little bubble where I can. Unfortunately, yeah, it is. It has spilled into the Superman title. They didn't just decide to make a mini series specifically for this event, and so I've got interruptions that way. Same thing with the Justice League, and like you said with Flash. So
It's weird.
it's
When
just
did Batman Beyond become a thing? Stop. Stop.
I mean, it's well, I can't besmirch Batman Beyond because McGinnis is one of Renee's favorite characters. So she is a Batman Beyond fan, and I enjoyed the Batman Beyond comic because it was its own thing. But yeah, now that he was pulled into the Justice League because of the whole We Are Yesterday stuff when times fractured,
Yeah.
and so I mean
And
he's front and center and present, and it's weird. It is weird,
they're cramming
and
him down our throats
yeah, because
because
you
he
also
static
right, yeah, you have
or passes for
it's
static.
the Elseworlds. It's and I briefly mentioned it last week because I was so excited. I'm like, you've got Batman Beyond and Static, and it's set in the future, and so the milestone connection is there, and this is going to be cool. But I wasn't feeling the art. I couldn't get
No.
past the first couple of pages. I was like, I'm done. I can't.
Superman Blue? Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
like who was there a questionnaire that went out that they said who do you want to see on just like unlimited? Oh, Superman Blue. Yeah, Superman Blue would be awesome. Like who cares? And Superman Blue and Red existed for a certain period of time, and then they don't exist anymore. They're done. It's weird. Who is it? Who is Superman Blue anyway? Is it the real Superman Blue?
It's yeah. I think it's just Clark in the future. I it's yeah. I don't. I'm concerned that so last week or so they DC came out with the Our World at War Absolute or Omnibus, so it collects that Superman storyline, and I'm like, but if I if we're like I'm focused on the Triangle era stuff, and I don't know
Right.
if the Our Worlds at War that was like Miller and Morrison and art by McGinnis and Ringo, and I don't know. I think that was still part of the Triangle era. I don't think the Triangle era ended.
So you're gonna buy it twice.
Right. So I'm like,
If you
but
buy the
there. So
Death
so
of
there.
Superman, you buy it twice
Yep.
with the Triangle Air Volume Two.
Yeah. And I'm now wondering if they're going to come out soon with a Superman Red and Blue omnibus and collecting all those issues. But yet I
I'll
can get
buy
that in
it.
the Triangle, and see, I'll just wait for the Triangle era.
But who knows if they're gonna like the Legion has similar problems. Like Legion 5 years later, and Volume 1 and 2, and like there's so much crossover with the Legion stuff. the Superman, I don't want to see it happen. That they publish so much Superman that they're just like, well, Superman is DC Comics. I don't want him to be watered down to the point where he's everywhere, like Spider-Man. Stop. There's I went through the solicits. There's at least 15 Spider books.
Stop.
Like it's too much. That they don't all feature Peter Parker,
Right.
but and Mr. Terrific is never going to be a heavy hitter. Never. He's smart. Yes.
They're
He's
trying, though. I mean,
resourceful.
it's
Yeah, they're trying.
they are trying
They
so hard.
they are. They really are. But I thought it was Dan Mora must be chained. We say it all the time, but must never leave his drawing board because he's on every book. If he's not doing the interiors, he's doing the covers. He's everywhere, and that ain't a bad thing. It was a reason to read Batman Deadpool. Was for Mora.
Yeah, the DC offering was way better
Yeah, I agree.
than the Marvel book.
I agree, 100%.
The Marvel book
Marvel,
had
was sad.
one or two backups. The main story was sad as hell.
Yeah.
There were one or two maybe backup stories that were okay. This one, the hit miss ratio was basically in reverse. It's the main story was fun. You had the Easter eggs. You had it worked. I thought Morrison had I thought Morrison was having fun doing the whole fourth wall bit with Deadpool.
Yeah.
The jokes kept asking him, if he was related to Slade. Are you Slade? This, that, and the other was cute because that's just. I don't know how many people don't. I don't know how many people actually know that because Liefeld was such a big Deathstroke mark that he wanted to mimic the character to a degree and instead of Slade Wilson, it's Wade Wilson, blah blah blah. But so that was neat. But even the story with the former X-23 and Nightwing, that was nice. I even and the Harley Quinn and Hulk story was okay. The Hellblazer and Doctor Strange, I wouldn't mind seeing more of. But yeah,
I think there are two characters that are very sympathetic to each other.
And he really unfortunately this bothered me because the Hellblazer Doctor Strange story has 3 writers attached to it, and it's barely a 10-page story, and it's I don't even think it's 10 pages, but it's written by Tinian and Joshua Williamson and Scott Snyder, according to the credits.
Well, it's
beautifully illustrated by God forbid his name's not attached to something, but the Sherman's art was great. Obviously, that's just there's no reason to belabor that point. And he's in, even though it's a Doctor Strange Hellblazer team up, in the backstory is Swamp Thing and Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, it's didn't catch, but so even that is stop.
Even he's fun. Even if you take away one facet of publishing from DC, say you take away the absolutes, which for the most part are kicking, you still have. I think Mark Waid is having a renaissance. Williamson, Tinian, like the Vertigo's coming back. They're very, very strong. Marvel, you can swing a dead cat, and maybe you'll hit a decent book. The new X-Men books are fun, but they're not.
But they're not going to last.
It's
a Band-Aid. As far as I'm concerned, it's a Band-Aid. It's just I'm enjoying some Marvel books right now. But if it wasn't for the Age of Revelation, I wouldn't be bothering with the mutant books. I wouldn't be giving them the time of day. I like what Kelly's doing on Spidey right now, on Amazing. But even that's not going to last. I've been burned too many times by enjoying a Spidey book especially Amazing, especially the flagship, I know that that's just I'm waiting for the rug to get pulled out from under me. It's
Yeah.
not going to last, and I'm half expecting it every month when I
I
read the
think
issue.
Marvel is in trouble. I think that, it could be conceived as the sky is falling, but I think Marvel really, really needs a banner hit. They got it somewhat with the Ultimates, but they need more books to be really good. I'm not just talking Deadpool Batman, which was I didn't think a whiff, but I could see someone coming away from it. It was okay. Um, there's really no Marvel book right now that you can point to that you can say this is phenomenal.
You're right.
At DC, there's at least 10 of them. Like Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Flash. Like Justice League Unlimited. Like action is really good if they, tweak the art a little bit. Uh, but for the most part, DC is much, much, much stronger
Yeah.
than Marvel these days, and it doesn't even. Um, it's not even worth talking about. Why am I talking about it? I don't know. It's not even worth talking about because it's so obvious. It is. I think DC is doing amazing work.
I don't
Can't
disagree.
say that about Marvel. Yeah,
No, you can't. I mean, it's cyclical. I mean, we'll probably say in a year or two that it might be reversed, and
yeah,
I mean that's well, it might take more than a year for Marvel to pull out of the nosedive I think they're in, but it's yeah, it's fine. I mean, and these aren't the only two companies. We've got plenty of other things to read. I mean, hell, we've got things we
yeah.
still haven't read that we've still been buying. So I mean, we're not. It's not doom and gloom. The sky is not falling. We're not crying. The end is
Right.
near. So it's but yeah, as far as the current state of the big two of the companies that brought us to this hobby and made us fall in love with it, it's and Jason and I kind of talked about it a little bit last week, especially when we were talking about GI Joe and what Ham is doing, and even the DC and Marvel stuff where these these characters weren't necessarily designed to grow old with us. This was
No.
disposable entertainment. We were supposed to, read it and move on with our lives and leave the comic books in the past. But nobody did that, and people are into these characters and what stories they were reading and characters they were reading about. They now want to write and draw those stories. So the characters are growing with us and are growing up with us, and
Right.
it's but we get upset because either they're not adapting, or they're not progressing, or they're stuck in the past, and we want to be stuck in the past with them because that's what we enjoyed. But then it's the same stories, just by different creators, and there's no, you're not going to please everybody, obviously. There's
Yeah.
no, I
The
don't,
only
I go ahead.
the only character at DC I don't expect to change is Superman. Clark and Superman should be young and vibrant for far longer. Maybe Wonder Woman, because she's a goddess. I'll
Mm-hmm.
give her that. But it should be dead.
Yes.
Robin should be dead. You can make a list. Green Arrow. All these characters should be dead by now, but they're not
And
because
so
they're
many
making
have
money.
been. I mean, Ollie was dead for a good minute. Kevin Smith
Yeah,
finally brought him back, but I mean, it was Connor Hawke, and I listen. I get it. There are. I know. I may. I may hold on to the characters that I adore. That I don't want to let them go, but I absolutely. I can understand. I don't care. I've said it before. I don't care what brought you to the dance. So just because I'm a Hal Jordan mark and could care, I don't give a whit about Kyle Rayner. If Kyle Rayner brought you to comics, then I've got nothing bad to say about the character. That's great. I'm glad you're here. You're part of the club. You're a Green Lantern fan. Even better. That's cool. But yeah, I understand that we need characters to. We can't use. I don't want to give a kid a comic of Hal Jordan or Reed Richards. It's like, who's this old dude with the gray in his temples? It's like, why am I reading about an old man? I don't. It's
Right.
so. Props to Jeff Johns for bringing Hal back and younging him up again, and because that was a character that he grew up reading, and that's cool. So that spoke to me. But I absolutely get the legacy characters. I'm fine with Laura Kinney. I'm fine with Connor Hawke. I'm fine with the legacy characters because yes, while Johnny Blaze is my Ghost Rider, I don't. I'm not. I'll talk shit about him just because it's fun, but I have no problems with Danny Ketch. It's fine. It was a modern Ghost Rider. It was the Ghost Rider of the '90s. No one wanted to read a Ghost Rider from the '70s. A dude who worked at a carnival wearing his onesie and just kind of like that was Team America shit. That's not going to fly in the '90s. So that's fine. We needed something new. I'm fine with that. But you're right. It's Superman is and even though it's Byrne modernized him, that's still pretty to a degree. There's been Wade built on that with Birthright, and then you had the and then after Convergence, they Tomasi and company they added to it, but yeah, it's basically it's the same character he's been since the mid '80s. And even before that was right. Exactly. It works. It makes sense. This is plus Superman as an idea isn't something that needs to be tweaked all that much. He's the one. He's the best of them all. He's the one that everybody looks up to, that they're supposed to aspire to. So you can't.
I enjoyed. You're right. It's about James Gunn's version.
Yep.
Was they didn't rehash the Krypton origin.
No,
They did a little bit, just enough to remind you that you remember this dude. His planet's destroyed.
Yep.
Oh, okay, all right. But at screen time, maybe 3 minutes. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, we got to read it at the beginning of the movie, where it was like 300 years ago, 30 years ago, the spaceship came, and then 3 minutes ago he was hit across the planet, and that's great. And then we for the first time in something other than a comic book, it's implied and just flat out admitted that Jor-El sent him to Earth to populate the planet and basically recreate Krypton. And it's like, it's out there.
A little bit too much. A little bit too much.
But yeah, I'm fine without that part. But yeah, it is what it is. And if that's it, so yeah, I also thought that while he may have been a little bit too aw-shucksy, the foundation of the character of the greatness to come, I felt was there. Henry Cavill absolutely fills the suit out. He looks great as Superman.
Yeah.
I thought this dude made a great Clark Kent. I didn't dislike him in the Superman suit, but yeah, there's something about Henry Cavill's presence as Superman. It's hard to you can't dismiss it. It's still Christopher Reeve for me, but Henry Cavill is that dude. And he looks great.
It sucks that he got terrible scripts, though.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that as great as he was as Superman, he wasn't in a Superman movie, and that does suck. It really does. And
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, what's it called? Justice League,
Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Justice. It's borderline unwatchable because as beautiful as Diana is, as handsome as Henry Cavill is, even though we get a little bit of the dark side, we will never ever get Doomsday done right.
That was in
because
Doomsday
that's
as a turtle. That was one of the TMNT turtles from the Michael Bay
that
movie.
will
He looked
never ever.
ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll never get Doomsday. But
And
because
the
of
fact
that
that it
movie.
wasn't, and it was Doomsday. It was a reincarnated Zod. It wasn't even like it wasn't. It
Yeah.
just it was. Oh god. And his as I like Eisenberg in Now You See Me or in Zombieland. One of the worst Lex Luthors
Oh,
committed to screen.
without,
I
yeah,
wasn't a fan
without,
of Kevin Spacey's version because he was just trying to do Gene Hackman. But
yeah.
Eisenberg's Luthor was horrible.
I didn't mind this kid. I
Oh
thought
no,
he
oh he
was
was
nice.
great. Holt, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Nicholas Holt
I
was
thought it was
fantastic.
really good. Yeah. But I think they made a mistake. They made a mistake with Wolverine, saying that he can be regenerated from one cell. You can burn him, doesn't matter. He'll come back. As long as there's a piece of Wolverine, he can come back. And then Hickman said, fuck that shit. Everybody's Wolverine.
Yeah,
Everybody can come back.
yeah,
You made a mistake. This is a good way to fix it. Okay. Now Marvel is reneging on that and starting the X books over again. And
yeah.
it's just like, whatever. Whatever.
That's
Yeah,
it's
your
it's hard for me
solution.
to get invested or to care
Yeah.
about things these. I mean, you want to talk about and anytime there's a press release from Marvel, it's like okay, cool. Moonstar is finally getting her own comic. Okay, great. I didn't know I needed a Danny Solo book, but okay, but why am I going to get excited about that? Because it's a mutant book, so whatever's happening in it is just going to get
Yeah.
rebooted. It's not going to last long. So I don't give me a reason to care.
She's,
And
yeah. She's one of the most maligned characters ever. First, she's a Native American. Then she's a Valkyrie. Then she's
an
like,
Asgardian.
sh-
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, the Valkyrie.
she,
Yeah.
yeah, shit her get off the bot. Leave the character alone. It works. It works well.
Give me
That's all you
Cannonball
need to know.
series. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's three characters I can think of. I mean, so Wolverine, that's crazy. I mean, the whole coming back from a single
It,
cell.
yeah.
I'm fine with that for Deadpool, and the Hulk obviously can't be killed. So I mean,
Well, he was a
there's
dog
really
too. So
yeah.
yeah, there's that.
Good lord.
Even though he's not here, I still have to give him.
Yeah.
It's hard when they're IP because you expect the unexpected when it's an indie title, but you expect the unexpected at a Marvel or DC title, but you don't expect it to last at
Right.
very long, if at all. Um, it's a problem. We want our books to be fresh and new and clean and squeaky, and they can't be when they have to keep making money off these characters. So enjoy it while it lasts, I guess, and then read something else. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my in your travels because
Perfect.
yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm tired. This is a new manga.
Okay.
Now, the title is written and drawn by Yoshiaki. Written and drawn by Yoshiaki. The title is a bit um, cumbersome because it's Rai, Rai, Rai. Rai three times. Now, Rai means lightning or thunder, which would factor in really well with the book. Why it's written three times? I 8 shades of ACDC, maybe thunder. Um, it's weird. It's strange. It's about a young lady named Sumier. Now, take again, take the pronunciation with a little bit of leeway because it could be Sumier, it could be Sumi Ray. I don't know. I'm going with Sumier. She's working. She didn't go to high school, and she's working at a job and sending money home. So she's supporting her family, her mother, her brother. She's supporting her family through this part full-time job that eliminates aliens. Yeah, space vermin, cooties, ticks. It's shades of Cloverfield, like when the big monster chomps by, it drops off little monsters because the Earth was invaded 30 years, 30 or 50, anyway, decades ago. The Earth was invaded by aliens, and that comprised the typical rays, along with space varmints, which are big creatures, and space vermin, which are little creatures. And that's what Sumier does. She eliminates space vermin. And she's decent at, I guess, but she arrives to work late and a lot of times. And her boss is not too pleased with her. But one day, she gets abducted. And she's really, but she gets, I will save some of the surprises for the reader. She gets transmogrified into a alien human hybrid. And I won't say again what parts of her, uh, some or all, get transformed, but she's at odds because she won't kill. And the thing that she's joined with wants to kill all humans. So she's got a problem. Um, he's taken in and eventually examined and joins the squad. And I, my heart leapt from my body upon reading this manga because it's so well done. It's not even funny. The art by Yoshiaki is wonderful. It's loose. It's unsettling. It's strange. It's scary. It's funny. And when you see her transform, it's a bit weird. I can't get into it without spoiling it, so I won't. But yeah, I would read it. Rai. Could be thunder, lightning. Could be because the boy's name is also Rai. The yeah, it's and Rai stands for something else too. It's one of those words that can mean different things depending on how it's used. I'm going with thunder because it makes sense, and the thing she's joined with doesn't make sense at all. It's just it makes promises it doesn't have any intention of keeping, and it wants to kill everything in sight, and she's not like that. So it's awesome. Volume one, Rai, written by Yoshiaki and art by. It's pretty amazing.
Looks like Volume 2 is also out. Volume 3 will be on sale in February. And then I guess 4 and 5 are going to follow. But yeah, it does look fun.
That's a problem with previews these days. Not having it is a huge problem. Manga, especially, is very hard to keep track of.
Sure.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know what volume of Dan is current, so or any of the manga I read, and I read a lot of manga, so it requires me to make weekly trips to Barnes and Noble, and bam, just to see what's out there. It, we didn't know how good we had it.
Yeah. Too true. What do I? You know what? I'm just going to say real quick in your travels before the fifth issue comes out. Or well, just wait for it to be collected at this point. But Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum. I shotgunned the last couple of issues in anticipation for the fifth, for the finale, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, yes, it's by the creative team of Ice Cream Man, which of course is W. Maxwell Prince as your writer, and Martin Marazzo on art, Chris O'Halloran on colors. We've had it's been an absolute wild ride. We get an appearance by Dr. Fate. I like Marazzo's version of the character. Clark ends up in the fifth dimension, and the different kryptonites have affected him differently over the issues. A lot of times, Batman is trying to make sense of it all, or try to save the day. But it looks like the Rainbow K wasn't like the others, and it was actually a message from the fifth dimension. But the last issue, the fifth issue, we will have Clark. We'll have Superman versus the Kryptonite Man, who looks an awful lot like a clone of Lex Luthor. It's been a great little Black Label series. Highly recommend it. It is its own thing. You don't have to worry about any continuity with any of the other characters that exist in this book, whether it's Batman or Lois Lane or Superman. There's some great fourth wall breaking stuff when they're in the fifth dimension. Even the issue with Captain Marvel, Shazam, and Superman, because he was reverted back to a youngster, a teenager, after the effects of one of the Ks. So, yeah, it's been great. It's been an absolute blast. In your travels, Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum.
I second that.
Nice. I knew
It
you would.
is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really good. Yep.
It's going to make a great collection.
This was the blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If I can stretch it out to 2 hours, my life would be complete.
Baby steps. We'll get there. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Got plenty of time.
You want me to do it? I am gonna do it.
You should do it.
Just say good night. There's no accompaniment. David.
Good night.
Do 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 do.
David.
Yeah. You hit
Ride a
that
bike.
watch. Beneath the desk.
Hit that
Very
watch.
quick.
Yeah. Set the timer on the MacBook.
That's right. Yeah. Well, good night, brother.
Love you, brother. Happy Thanksgiving. Best to the family.
Yeah, give everybody a hug and kiss.
Will do.
And,
Will do.
Jason, I guess, have a happy one.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll fly back, and I'm sure he'll hear this on the flight back.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
No doubt. No.
Always got to catch up.
Love him.
Just like you do. Just like you're catching up on the episodes you've missed.
I am. Good night.
Night, brother. Love you. That is it, folks. Thank you for joining us. I do mean us. Love that Vince was here. We had a blast. I know I had a blast. I hope you did too. Happy Thanksgiving. Love to you all. And we will be back next week. I will have Jason with me. God willing, you better be. And hopefully we'll also hear from Vince. So we will Like I said, be back next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
That's it for that one.